Jessica, it's me. A shout out to Miss Jessica today. I met her inside the Dollar Tree store. I have a cute little story to tell, and I was wearing my sunglasses, so I wanted to make sure I displayed my face with my sunglasses on, so if she does ever see this video, she'll remember this day, November 22nd, Friday. Anywho, I went all over the place today looking for one Christmas tree. I just need one to make my son's snowflake Christmas decoration that he put a request in for. And first Dollar Tree store, of course, out. So I traveled all the way across town. As soon as I walked in, nope, they're out. Somebody keeps coming in and buying them up as soon as we place them on the shelf. Yada, yada, yada. Well, there was this cute little lady standing next to her listening to the question, and I explained, what I use them for, so I understood why they're so popular. And she mentioned there was a store in Bay City, Michigan, downtown, by the post office that is selling these trees. And I said, oh, okay. So that'll be something I'll check into in the future. I've never heard of this store before. But then again, I only go downtown to the post office, and I rarely do that anymore because I don't sell my items. But I probably will venture out down there next month when I announce the winner of the prize box on my Facebook page, and I have to figure out where that little store is, and I'll go check it out. But anywho, the story goes, no Christmas trees. I just need one. I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I'm pondering in my head, because you know me. I will always think outside of the box and just try to use what I already have. So I have five of these Christmas trees to make the snowflake. But 6 just makes it look more even on these large coat hanger stars. Anywho, let's get back to the story of Miss Jessica. So, I'm out looking for some more footballs because, look at the last video, I made a football gnome. And all I just need is another football, and I can make his brother because I already picked up the head and I already have the socks. So that's all I needed was football. So I was back over in the toy section, and this lady taps me, and I turn around, and it's Miss Jessica. And she says, look what I found. And she found one Christmas tree in a section of the store that it did not belong. Somebody probably evidently picked it up, changed their mind, placed it just back down wherever they were at the time they changed their mind. She seen it, she grabbed it, and she went searching in the store for me, and she found me. So thank goodness I was lollygagging around and getting a football and just looking around once again what else is in stock over in the Dollar Tree. And she was kind enough to find me and search me out. Bless her heart. This is a shout out to Miss Jessica. I did inform her about a Facebook page. She also informed me that she was buying those elves and stockings because she personalizes them with people's names. So she doesn't do it by a circuit. She has a what she explained to me, a heavy-duty commercialized stamping machine. And I said, oh, wow, and then we started talking about what she does and what her husband does. And, we were talking for about a good 20 minutes. So I explained I have the YouTube channel, I explained I have the Facebook, but it's up to her if she's going to search for me later on. And I hope she does, because I want to talk to her about something. But if she doesn't, that's the story. This happened today, November 22nd, on a Friday with Miss Jones. And I hope she does find this video or find me on Facebook. And I'll keep you posted if she does. Anyhow, I do have one more tree. It's ready to go. I can start assembling my son's snowflake. I'm on day 3 of spray painting it the metallic blue. I picked up purple and I picked up glitter dust in purple. So these trees will be painted in purple and glitter dust. So check that out later on in the future. And by the way, an update on the giveaway. It's going a little slow right now, but that's why I started it at this time. Please find the group in the giveaway section on Legacy's Little Luxuries Arts and Crafts YouTube Facebook page. Okay? And be sure to watch the video, 2 videos back, about the giveaway and the stipulations. Okay? But that's the story. If I continue with the craft on this video, which I probably will. Well, I just upload a video about a shout out, you know, my daily adventure. I'm not going to do that. I will upload something else to this video. So you might see the date change, you might not. Just depends on what happens the rest of the day. Because this is only noon. I just got done eating my lunch. And yeah, I'm ready to craft again. Now this area is clean, but boy oh boy, I have more material over here. I might make another ornament. It does take about 3-4 hours to make these, so I might do that today. I have not uploaded a DIY on it yet, but who knows what I'll do next. I might finish up the football, so he has a football, so he has a brother to stand next to him. I also am going to make a memorial sitting area from, you know, my grandparents. And here's my little rocking chair I'm going to use for it. I am waiting for this Christmas tree made out of wood. And then each line has a saying about, you know, people looking down at heaven, but they're still with us on the holidays. So I'm waiting for that yet to come in the mails I ordered at wholesale. So I'm a very frugal shopper. This I picked up on eBay. Somebody was selling this, and I thought, look at the cushion it comes with. That is exactly what my grandparents would do, is put a cushion on a seat like this, and then buffalo pad. So yeah, I had to swoop this one up. Thank you very much from the person I purchased it from. This is idealistic for what I have in mind. All right. Thank you, Jessica. Nice to meet you. And let's continue with this video. I am still smiling. Oh, I have to show you this. My son purchased this phone for me. I've had the same phone since 2007. So yeah, I had an old phone. You might have seen it in some of the videos. Anyhow, let me type in my freaking password numbers. One thing I never had to do before. I've been walking every day, and my goal's been 3,500 steps. I'm only on noon right now, and this is how many steps I've done so far today. Just going in and out, looking for this Christmas tree. I had to add this in the video. Come on. You know I've been working hard, and then this sweet little angel tapped me on the shoulder and handed me the Christmas tree. So that's why I'm just tickled to death. That is why I had to share that on this video. But here I'm at 2,770 steps already, and my goal is 3,500. Okay, so the day just got started, you know. Anyhow, let's get going. Let's see what I will add to this video. Yeah, I decided to make the second gnome, but a little differently, because I cut the bottom like I did on that one and in yesterday's video. But I'm going to use the piece. I hate to throw away stuff that I cut. So I decided to make feet. Now how would I attach them? Well, wire. I just cut a slit. Well, I cut this in half, and I cut a slit, and I stuck the piece of wire in right there with the glue, with hot glue. And then I'm going to do the same one for this one. And then I'm just going to cut a little slit with the scissors there, and a little slit with the scissors there, and then place glue on the inside, and then stick it in. So that way, once I place the sock on, and later on, it won't, you know, break apart. If I just use hot glue to attach these, it will break apart. You know, people handle you know, these gnomes. This way, with the wire going in, inserting, and then a little bit further into that football too, it keeps that stability there for quite a long time. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do with this one today. So I decided that I'll add this to this video, add this project to this video. I did add some hot glue right here on the bottom. You know, it's alright. It's going to be all covered, but just for stability purposes, why not? The hot glue gun, I'm using it anyway, so. And then a little bit there, and a little bit there. But they are poked in to the football. And later on, since this is foam and not rice, we can add little trinkets on his boot or his foot area with just a little wire. Stick it in like you would a floral pick. There you go. Let's continue. Now it's best to use this nylon sock. It stretches, see? You use one of those fuzzy socks, it's not going to stretch quite as well over this shape I'm making today because I did add the feet. Okay? Unless you were to cut a slit on this, and I don't want to cut this. I have to stretch it. I have to go around and stretch it, and then I'm going to place it from the bottom up on this football. Okay? Not from the bottom down, because then the trees would be upside down, and I don't want them upside down, okay? I want them facing the right side up. So if I did it the other way, which would be way easier, they'd be upside down. So going on the bottom, and I have to really stretch this sock out to get it over that bottom piece of the football. So buy the nylon one for this project. I cut the tip of the football and stuck it down by the belly area inside the sock. So it looks like it's going to be a little bit heavier than his brother. Okay? Now I will tie this piece with fishing string. You can use a rubber band, twine, and then cut it. I will take some of this material and place it over this, okay? So that I can have a Christmas tree right in the center. And because I want to decorate that cute little Christmas tree by his heavy belly. So that's my next step after I cut this. Tie it, cut it. I'll add this, and then I'll add the head. And he's going to be a pudgy one. Oops, sorry, I had a laugh. I'm in a good mood today, okay? Okay, I'm just going to add some bells to his bottom area here to distinguish where his feet are, because he's a pudgy little jolly fellow. And I'm just going to use stick pins and then stick them in and with a little glue. And I think he's almost finished. That's all I want to do with him. So he will stand over there next to his brother, and I think I'll place him in the giveaway as well. Okay? Cute. Imagine you're buying all these heads, okay, and you're sticking them around your Christmas tree. Kind of creepy, but you now have a body, and if you still keep the hook, the ornament, you can use it as a full ornament to place on your Christmas tree as well. Or, you know, take it to work as your little Santa. Tell him to rub his belly for good luck, whatever. I might decorate, though, right here, too. So maybe not rub his belly, but I might. I'm not sure. But I am going to place some bells right there. My second DIY project's going to be this Michigan cutout form that I picked up at our local Walmarts. I do not know why they don't have the second Upper Peninsula half, and I asked them that today. So why are you selling the Lower Peninsula but not the Upper Peninsula? And they didn't have an answer for me. Of course, they just sell the stuff. They don't have answers for anything, right? So I'm just going to update this with some flannel. This will be later on displayed behind me on the wall decor that I'm going to decorate and bring to you next month. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Just a second. Wow. Gesundheit. Anyways, the next one might be this DIY with the ball I picked up at DollarTree. I picked this up, and the styrofoam balls, they cost quite a bit of money. Don't know why. You know, maybe it's just the supply and demand type of thing, but they are way too much money, and I'm making up the ornaments, and the cloth alone is a lot of money. So let's see if I can make my ornament with a rubber foam ball. Okay, it seems like it will keep for stick pins, so we will try that after that. But this right here is just a simple DIY. You'll see a slideshow, you know, glue, material, cut around it, it's good to go. And Bay City's right here. Might make a flower for in this area too. So if you see that added, then I did. Anyways, I wanted to create a flower. The bell would just be nice, just to place Bay City right in this area. This is water. Remember, we're surrounded by lakes, so we're right by the bay. We're right up here. So if I place a flower, it'd take up like this whole area. If I place this bell, it'd just suffice right where I'm supposed to be. But in the whole picture of it, would it get lost? And would the flower, or a little tree or whatever, a star, I can do a tin star, but then the tin star I have is too big. I don't know. I'm going to think on this one. But that's where I'm located, right in that area. Alrighty, folks. I'm on to my third. Wanted to show this to you up close because I did the star design, and then down the middle I did what you call the Swedish braid. The Swedish braid they use a lot on wreaths, but instead of wrapping this with a ribbon like most people do, I did that design. I went one way with one material and I went the other way with the other material. Yes, this is a lot to take in. You know, a lot of people would say, wow, just use the ribbon. But I love creating, and I love, you know, combining a few different styles. So here's the front, and we have the cardinals, and we have then the plaid, and then the cardinals and the plaid. And in the back, I have the cardinals, and the plaid, and the cardinals, and then the cardinals. Okay, and you see how that star is? I drew a line down this ball because all these colors might be distracting when I demonstrate. So I found my center points, made a little circle, okay, on each side, and then I drew a line. This will be covered, but I'll have to demonstrate to you this fold to get the star shape, okay? So I just took an ink pen and made a line just to follow it as a guideline, okay? Because when you're making this, it's pretty well set up that you want a guideline to follow. Now, if you're using these regular foam balls, there is no line in them, okay? There's another type of foam that you can buy, and then it does have a line. It's like they took two halves and sealed it together. The factory did. So you can follow that line that's created. But on these, and I like to use these because I use these for ornaments as well, and then glitter as well. So I like to buy these. And then I like the size, which is 3.8. So I like to work with something between 3" to 4". Now the ball, this ball, it doesn't say anywhere how big it is, but you know, I try to match it up to the size that I like to work with. So who knows? And another thing I'm worried about too, using this ball for only $1, might be very heavy in the end. Okay, so I don't know yet. And I don't know how it's going to take to the pins either, because I've never in all my life tried to be so frugal as I am now. And you know, you craft as often as I do. Every little dollar counts. And styrofoam balls, I cannot believe how much they are. Like $2 to $3 each. Why? Anyways, this was $1. So we're going to try it on this. We're going to start in center and follow the guideline. Once I get my material cut. Now, I'm going to use this really pretty 100% cotton. It's called Create It fabric strips. And let's see what we can find out in the back. Visit www.fabricadditions.com for free projects. Oh, neat. Do not pre-wash. No, I'm not going to wash them. Okay, this was from Walmart's. I picked up this one, and there was another really pretty one. Where did it go? Oh, it was real pretty. Oh, here it is. It's blue. So I can't imagine. There's like a polar bear, and then some gold, and then some stars. Wow, you know how I like stars. Snowflakes. Okay, so, and then with this one, it's snowflakes, plaid stripes. It looks like deer. Okay, but when you fold these, you can't barely see the animals, just like you cannot really see the cardinals. That's why I wanted to do the Swedish braid, because look I did end up getting a face out of this. That's why I did it. When you do it this way, rarely do you get a face. It gets, you know, folded in half. You can never see it. You can never tell. But there we go. I have one right here. And did I end up getting another one? I tried so hard, but it didn't show. That was the only place. So I have one little cardinal actually show. So I thought about doing just a Swedish braid all the way, you know, one side that way, one side this way, and just too many pins. This method is a little less pins to use. So anyways, let's get going. I'm going to probably, let me think about it. And then once you see me get started, you'll know what material I use. Oh, and I forgot to mention, these are 2.5 inches wide already cut, but then they're 42 inches long. So I'm going to go with 2.5 inches when I'm going to cut it. Okay, I might just do 2 inches. The smaller the better. However, if I do the Swedish braid, the thing is, if you don't have, you do corner to corner. So if it's like 2 inches on one side and 2.5 on the other, it's terrible. You can't match it up. You have to have the entire square at the same inch. So 2.5, 2.5. So that's why I'm going to cut them. 2.5, 2.5 inches. Okay, let's get going. Okay, to demonstrate this fold, your 2.5 by 2.5 piece is cut. Alright, on these little swatches, there's the jaggedy. Alright, so this, remember that as your guideline, the jagged edges. So anyways, you're going to fold it to where you find the center point, and that will be right here. Alright. All right, let me trim that piece. It's always good to work with pieces that are trimmed. All right. Now you take it and unfold it, and there you have a square. You'll see the indentation, okay? Now, working with your jaggedy edges, make sure they're north and south, okay? I could place some pins right there. So find your center point, okay? It's right there. Find your center point on your piece, and with the blank side, you're going to stick it in the center of this ball. Mind you, this is the first time I'm doing this with a ball, so it's going in pretty good. Okay, anyways, there you go. You have your jaggedy pieces north and south. You're right at the top. Now you're going to take this and fold it like this. Okay? Take a pin. Wait a minute. Then you go to the corner and you go straight down and you follow your guideline, your center of your ball. Stick your pin there. Now, if you don't have a thimble, I always use my scissors. Alright, you want it in there as far as you can. Then you take the left side corner and you fold it. It's like you're starting to make a paper airplane. Remember when we used to make those when we were in school? And if you didn't, you missed out on a lot of fun. And you take a pin and place it right there. Oh, that one didn't take, so let's place another pin there. It's hard for me because I'm looking over the camera so that the camera is straight in front of you. Okay, so anyways, you're going to end up basically with 2 pins, but I had to place a third one. All right? Now, take another pin and you poke it in right there. And then you do the same thing on the other side of the triangle. Okay? Poke it right there. And like I said, it's hard for you to push in. Use your scissors. Alright? Well, so far, so good. Seems like this ball's working. Alright? Now, I keep saying north and south, but that's going to be our guard line. So, let's say this is our southern piece. Okay? We're going to flip it around. Now we're going to do this way. Okay? You went from south, then you're going north. That's the way I figure the best way for you to know. Anyways, let's do this again. So you take your pre-cut piece, or your cut piece, and fold it just so that you can find that center. And use any color materials you want. I decided to do this because the ball is so colorful. I decided to use this color. That was the only reason why. Because of the ball. It's too distracting on camera. So place your pin right here at this very tip of your first fold. Right in the top of it. Push it down. Okay? So that way it's connected. And like I said, jaggedy pieces north, jaggedy pieces south, bring them down together. Alright? And it's okay if they don't match up, that's fine. We need these points to show. Once again, follow your guide. See where the center is? Let me get myself a few of these pins and pin it. Follow your guide. And pin it. And then right over here off to the right side, just pin her down. This eventually will be covered, but you just want it pinned down and out of the way. And then this side. Okay, so say we did south, now we did north. Now we can do, let's do east or west. Which one you want to do? Let's do west. So, same thing. Now you don't have a guideline, but you can just follow right here. And make sure that you cover this area when you make your triangle, okay? You don't want to show this ball. So, take your pre-cut fabric, really nice, good quality fabric, and just fold it till you can find your center point. So as I mentioned earlier, this takes about 3 hours to do, give or take, if you need breaks, or if you get visitors, or if you talk on the phone, because you really want to focus on this. You don't want to be distracted. You might accidentally pin yourself. Alright, find the center. Remember, the jaggedy pieces are at the top and at the bottom. And go in where the tip is. One of this tip. See, this tip's overlapping that tip just a tad. So now we're going to go into this tip so we can overlap it. Push down. Yeah, it's easily going in. And then fold it. Okay, now remember, like I said, you want to make sure you only fold it to where you're following. And you're going to cover this part right here. See, that's pretty good right there. See that? You don't see the ball. So, let me grab my pins. Place it on this side of me. I hope you're following along as best as you can. This is very hard to do when the camera's right by your mouth. And then, see how it go over? You'll see the ball. So, that'll cover it right there. And that's okay if there's a little split in that triangle. You won't notice it once you get going. There you go. Now place your pin over on this side. And then place your pin over on this side. And you will probably go through about 150 pins. So get yourself a pack of 300 or so. So there you go. Alright. Then let's do our last side. And as you can see, where our first one is, our second one, and then our third one. So as you know already, take a piece, fold it again, just to make that crease. Good quality material will crease up on you real quick. 100% cotton does. That's why a lot of people have to iron their stuff before they wear it, because it crinkles up in the wash and in the dryer. Alright, so there you go. There's your center point. Let's go right there. Okay, let's go right over that little tip. Push straight down. And there you go. Fold it. Follow the other line on the triangle that's right next to it. Pin it on the bottom. Then go like this. Find your pin. Pin it on the bottom. Go across, smooth it out. Pin it. Gosh, this ball seems to be working pretty good. I'm just going to be afraid it's going to be heavy. Okay, so there you go. There's your start of your pattern. Righty? So now go back to where we started. And you can look at the layers and then you remember, oh, we were south. Okay, you're going to go to the south. South is right here. I see it. Go to the south. Oh yeah, I remember because I placed the extra pin. That first one, remember? So there you go. You've been placed an extra pin so you know where you started. Hey, there you go. There's a tip. Place an extra pin on your very first starting point because you need that guide to go in your next layer. Okay, now your next layer can be of the same color or it can be a different color, right? Now I just cut enough pieces to do that layer, and I'm going to go in and cut some more pieces, and then I'll be right back and we'll start right here. Okay, this is the next color I'm going to do. It's kind of like a gray. So we will fold them to find the center point. Open it up. Like I said, now if you're going to use these little jelly rolls, at least that's what my grandma and I call them. They're swatch rolls. Use the jagged end as your guideline for north and south to bring it together. And then you're going to go down, depending on the way you want your star. I'd probably go down about right there. I'd say it's 1/4 of an inch. And poke it in. Right? Just like that. Okay. Now remember, I did pre-draw a line for y'all right there, because this ball is distracting. And then you start your folds again. Okay? I don't have any music on right now because I want you to hear my voice, because the camera is pretty much right in front of my nose. So, and then pin down your little corner. 3 o'clock. Time for my son to go to work. Work second shift. The welder. Okay, so there you go. Isn't that cute? Now you can go right or left, whichever way you want, but the best thing to do is go straight across. Just keep doing that like you did the very first, because what eventually is going to happen is you want to know where you're going to end up stopping here and then starting there. So just flip it around. It's your best bet. So I'm going to fold a piece. I'm going to do this one more time. Stick the pin in the middle of the fold. And then follow the jaggedy edges. And then 1/4 of an inch down, place the pin. Okay. Follow your line. That's why it's easier just to go across and start that. At least 2 of them are going to be dead center because of that line you drew. If you want to draw the second line going east to west or west to east, go ahead and do it. It's going to be covered. So you're starting out for the first time, then do that. But you'll find it's not necessary. This is not rocket scientist. It's just time consuming. And so far, it's not hard on my fingers pushing these in either. Usually, oh my gosh, when I did my last one, my finger was hurting. Pushing in the pins. And there you go. Alright, and then you can just go back over here. Do the same thing. What a color combination, huh? Not very pretty for some people. The main idea to me is the pattern, getting the star pattern. So look at your top and go down about 1/4 of an inch and jab that baby in. And there you go. Try to straighten her up as best as you can. Oops, I forgot to place one there. I'm always trying to skimp. A pin is a pin, right? But everything costs money. And you don't want to glue this. No. It's not quilting, is it? It's not what our grandparents had. They didn't have a hot glue gun. Okay. So I'll go over here and I'll continue on this side and then I'll show you what we'll do next. Okay, we're back. Look at this. You see how we have like a cross? Isn't that cool? Now to make the star more of a star shape. And let me show you the pattern right here. You see this? See how it's like this? Like this? That's what we're making. Okay? But you have to achieve this cross first. Not an X. Remember, it's not an X when you're following the pattern. It's a cross when you're following the pattern. Okay, so grab yourself another piece of material and fold her in half. I should have pre-folded these before I got back on the camera, but I didn't. I got distracted. I had a visitor. Okay. Find the center point of your piece of material. Now, where your cross is. Not an X, a cross. You go down and you look at your left and your right points that you already made. And you go down 1/4 of an inch and jab right in the center there. Take your pieces, like I said, let the jagged ends be your guideline. I think your triangle. Oh, that one didn't go in that far, so let's push it in. There we go. Go across, and of course it's covering that point you already made. That's good. So place your pin right below it, so it stays covered. Go on this side, smooth it down. Boy, this material is very good material. I'm surprised at Walmart's that this is good quality material. 5 something a roll. I think I mentioned it earlier. Alright. Look at that. And see how you have that star shape for me. Right? So you do that in every section of this cross. Remember, follow those points. Go down 1/4 inch and jab. Follow those points. Go down 1/4 inch and jab. And then follow those points. Go down 1/4 inch and jab. And then you just keep continuing, but we'll probably use a different color next time. So let me finish up the rest of this cross, and then I'll get... Okay, decided to use the deer pattern next, and like I've said to you earlier, any of the pieces that have a animal, you'll never see the animal on this type of star quilting pattern. You only once in a while will see it on the Swedish braid. Look at that. There's the little cardinal peeking. Anyhow, here's a deer, right? Remember, you have to fold it, and there you go. It's already distorted. Anyways, we're going back to south, north, north, east, west. Okay? Go 1/4 inch down, poke it. Alright? Oh no, wait a minute. Haha. Remember the line. There you go. I've already made a mistake. Pull it out. Ha ha ha. See, you can learn right along with me. Find your center. That's where you're going to start the next pattern. Alrighty, so here we go. 1/4 inch down. Push it in. Yeah, you won't see the deer pattern at all. Follow your guideline. Follow your line. Well, I cannot believe I almost made that mistake. Well, you know, let's not call it a mistake. Art is freedom, right? But let's say that this ball so far is working out for $1. And I did find my Christmas tree today that I need. Yay! Still smiling. Thank you, Jessica. Alright, so there you go. I'll go back over to the other side. Follow your line. Then do your east and your west. And then go around and do the next pattern where you have to follow the 2 points. And then you bring it. And then 2 points, then you bring it. That's what you have to do. So let's go back around this way. Fold a piece. And find the center. Grab yourself a push pin. And go down 1/4 inch. Jab her in. I like this gold color. You know, you can't tell it's a deer, but you will see this gold color. It's cool. I can see why I like these swatches too, because, you know, they place material that balance well with the other materials, I suppose. Though I do want to throw some green in here. I want to throw that Christmas tree green in here that I just used for my Michigan wooden decoration that I'm going to place up on my wall for next month. And so, you don't necessarily have to have the same color swatches that come in that swatch. Say if I wanted to grab that blue, I would. It's up to you. You create wherever you want. Alright, so then I'm going to go back over here, and then over here, and then continue. And then we'll show you what it looks like when I get to the center here. And then we're going to start on this side. But that's basic, not hard. Okay, I hope that this was a good demonstration. I almost am eating this camera, so I'm trying my best not to scream. And I will continue with this, or take a break. You can take a break, get some coffee, get something to drink, and then continue the same way. And we'll flip it over, and we'll start on the other side. So, what do you think? Do you like the pattern or not? Like I said, it's not going to be for everyone. The color, that is. What? It is perfect for this little ball that is just filled with different blues and stuff. Anyways, I stop about right here, and this is the time. On this size is when I flip it. Alright? I find my center point. And it looks like I have to go across. My center point is right here. I'm going to get a feel for it. I might have to adjust it. My finger, yeah, it's about right there. So, we'll mark that, okay, so we don't get distracted. Just for your sake. I can feel it and I know where to start, but I'm going to mark it. And this is the center, alright? Now, let's go back to the front. North, south, east, west. So, there you go. Alright, so here's our center. We'll start on the south. Fold our piece, and then use that for every first color that I had. Stick her in. Alright. And like I said, you get this fabric swatch, the jagged pieces, that's the way you fold it. And follow your guideline, okay? This is the important spot right here. And don't be afraid of this craft. This craft is really fairly simple. It's just, if you're not used to making one like this, it might be frustrating to you. I know when I was a teenager, I used to macrame a lot, and oh my gosh, those knots and twists and turns, man, they frustrated me at times. But I learned. Now let's place an extra pin just so that we know this is our first one we put down, okay? That's our tip, because you're not going to see it anyways. And then, see, about now I'm lifting this up. I'm not leaving it down on anything because I don't want the material on the other side messed up. So, and there we go. Okay, so there's our south and our starting point. So let's flip her around and do the same thing right here. And this will be the last time I show you, because you can just rewind the video if you want, anytime, and just follow what I did on the other side of the ball. And then once I get done with this side, I will show you what I do when I connect the two. Or possibilities anyways, because I don't think I'm going to show you the Swedish braid today. There's too many ideas already in this video. Alright, so there's your tip, and then place your pin right there at that top of that tip, so you're overlapping it, but not by much, but that's right there, okay, because that's what the pattern's all about. Kind of tricks the eye that it's a star, and you just connected those. That's cute. Alright, see, now follow that line, and then place your pins. Woohoo! Think I found me a cheap ball to start buying to make more of these instead of the styrofoam balls. I'm telling you, that's ridiculous, the price. And I don't want to repeat myself. I know I've said that before. So anywho, I'm going to continue with this, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, I'm on the gold layer, and then I'll be on to the middle section. And this is where I cover that little blemish that's in the ball. I guess I did not see that when I picked this ball up, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. It'll be covered. Not worried about stuff like that. So let's cut some pieces and add some of that gold. Okay, I'm left with this much base, so what I'm going to do is find my circle, my line again, and then I'm going to use the stuff that was in the center of the star instead of the Swedish braid. Okay, I'm going to make another layer on this side, make another layer on the side, and then in the middle I'm going to braid twine and then wrap twine around this. This is farmhousey, so I'm not going to place a gold cord around it, or, you know, satin ribbon, stuff like that. I'm going to use twine. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use the center material for around here. Okay, I decided to do the Swedish braid. I'm going to demonstrate. This video is getting really super long, so let's do this. Okay, you have your jagged and your jagged. They're on the opposite side of each other when you make a triangle, right? Then you bring it in, and you bring it in. You can start anywhere on your ball, right? So there's your braid. Now I'm going where I place the pin right here, and then I want to cover that area. So I want to put my finger right about there, and I want to place my next. This is hard because let's go through the material. Right there. And right there. Like I said, this is a little tough. I was going to skip this, but decided to show you, because I know if you're watching all this time, you're going to say, well, how'd she do that? So here you go. So you have this one, you have this one. Alright? And then you just continue. And then you flip it around, and you're going to go the opposite way. Alright, so you have two different effects on each side. Okay, I'm going to use the gray on this side, and then I'll probably use, I don't know what color I'll use on this side yet, okay, but going on this side of the ball and going down. I do add an extra pin, so there's going to be 3 pins for each braid. And what do? I place one up inside the hole right here where the loop is, because I don't want this to stick up like hair. Alright, like on a wreath you want them to stick up and fill up space, but here I don't want them popping up. So I'll go in here and I'll push in a pin, and this is optional because I just don't want it sticking up. And it's harder because you're going through some, oh geez, I have 2 pins here. Duh. There we go. So you go through it, you pop the material up over it, and then you push it in. Okay? So that way they stay, they don't pop up like, you know, curly hair. But that's an option. And you can also go on this side and do it if you want, but then you're going to be going the opposite way with your other Swedish braids. So, you know, it just depends on what you want. But that's what I usually do. So I fold it in my hand, and then I place it and then pin it right there. Okay, and then I go in here and I pin it. So I forgot to mention that's how I do it. Alright, let's continue. And like I said, this is an option. You don't have to do a Swedish braid around the center of your ornament. One last thing. You see how this is a little bit more laid down, and then these are popping up. What I do is I go into the braid. And this is an option too. This is only because I don't want it popping up. And then I just go up inside and I push a pin in. Okay? Get it so it's down far enough where I can go place the material back over it. You know, it hides it, and then push it in. Okay? And that way it lays this flat. It doesn't poof it up as much. It just depends on if that's what you want. You don't have to do this step. This is just, I wanted to show you this because I don't want this one poofing up either. Oops. So we go in. Like I said, there's a lot of layers to go through here. But place it in there far enough, and then bring the material over and then push it in. Right? So I use a total of 3 pins for one of the Swedish braids. Now where did I leave off? See, it kind of pops up, so I don't like that. So here we go again. Lay it down, push a pin, bring the material back over it and push it in. Alright? There we go. And then this one. Thank you for watching this far and this long. I hope you're enjoying a good cup of coffee. There you go. So see, it lays it down a little bit better. It reminds you of some curls on a head, hey? Isn't that cute? But look at that. That is just so awesome for somebody to pick up this ornament. Yes, I'm gifting this. This is going to my son's family. My son's ex-husband's, which is his father, their family, because they're going there for Thanksgiving, and my son always brings plants, and I always add accessories to the plants, so that's what I'm going to do, is add this ornament to a plant for his grandma, and then for his mother-in-law. Alright, I'm going to continue this. Well, I really like this gray, so I decided to do the opposite way in the same pattern. Oh, let's recap for the day. we have this cute little pudgy Santa Claus. Oh yeah, I put a sticker on the bottom that has our logo for the YouTube channel and Facebook. And then we have the nifty little sign of Michigan. And then we have the cutest little ornament you can ever see this season on YouTube. Look at that. Can you show me where there's a pin? It's very hard to find them. Ooh. And yes, haha, reminds me, this is made from a ball from Dollar Tree. This is made from a ball from Dollar Tree, a football. Isn't that something? And finally, a shout out to Miss Jessica. I am still smiling even though I've finished up these 3 DIYs and my finger is just poked to death. But, oh wow, a little bit of war wounds never hurt anyone when you have such beautiful results. Right? Thanks a lot. Please subscribe. Thank you for sticking around today. Now I have the pleasure of uploading this, editing it. This is another, an hour and a half yet for me. I am not finished yet for the day. Wow. If you only knew, if you do not do a YouTube channel or create your videos and upload them, how much more work it is. This is nothing. And I probably tired you out, you watching me do all this. Now, it's still, the night's still young. It's only what? Probably 7 o'clock right now, 7 o'clock p.m. Oh yeah, and I did pass my 4,500 steps today. Going in and out of the garage, spray painting, going to get the mail, back and forth, back and forth. And I did shoot a couple pictures and threw them in this video. Please watch the next couple videos because I will assemble that snowflake, or I will show you a picture of it, one or the other. That is going to my oldest son. It's by request. He wants those colors. Alright? I send my blessings. #ArtIsFreedom. Bye.